Welcome to my channel. Today my topic is on destroying books. It states in the paper that over 2 million volumes have been presented to the troops by the public. It would be interesting to inspect them. Most of them, no doubt, are quite ordinary and suitable, but was publicly stated the such as magazines 20 years olds, guides to the Lake District, the back number of Whitaker Almanac. In some cases, one imagines such indigestibles get into the parcels by accident, but it is likely that they are those who jump at the opportunity of getting rid of books they do not want. Why have they keep them if they don't want them? But most people, especially non-bookish people, are very reluctant to throw away anything that looks like a book. In the most illiterate house that one knows, every worthless volume that is bought finds its way to the shelf and stays there. In reality, it is not merely absurd to keep rubbish merely because it is printed. It is positively a public duty to destroy it. Destruction not merely makes more room for new books but save one. Here is the trouble of sorting out on the rubbish or storing it. But it is not always easy to destroy books. They may not have any many lives at a cat, but the certainly die hard, and it is sometimes difficult to find scarft for them. This is Shakespeare's wood says, heaven kissing flat in Kelsa, and books of inferior minor wares godly accumulated there until at last I was faced with alternative of either evicting the books or else leaving them in sole, undisturbed Tennessee and talking rooms elsewhere for myself. Now, no one would have both these books. I therefore had to throw them away or wipe them off the map altogether. But how? There were scores of them. I had no kitchen range. I could not toast toast them on the gas cooker or consume them leaf by leaf in my small study fire, for it is almost as hopeless to try to burn a keep without opening it as easy to try to burn a piece of granny. So in the end I determined to do to them what so many people do to the kittens, tie them up and cousins them to the river. I improvised a sack, stuffed the book into it, put it over my shoulder, and went down the stairs into the darkness. I was nearly midnight as I stepped into the street. There was a cold nip in the air. Sky up the over my shoulder and went down the stairs into the darkness. It was nearly midnight as I stepped into the street. There was a cold nip in the air. The sky was full of stars, and the greenish yellow lamps threw long gleams across the smooth hard roads. Few people were about, and here and there ranged out the steps of solitary travelers on the way home across the bridge of Bethesda. I turned up my overcoat collar, settled my sack comfortable across the bridge to Bethesda. I turned up my overcoat collar, settled my sack comfortable across my shoulder, and strode off toward the little square glow of the coffee stall which marked the near end of the bridge. whose sweeping iron girder were just visible against the dark sky behind. A few doors down, I passed a policeman who was flashing his lantern on the catches of basement windows. He turned. I fancied he looked suspicious, and I trembled slightly. The thought occurred home. Perhaps he suspected I had swag in this sack. I was not seriously disturbed, as I knew that I could near investigation and that nobody would be suspected of having stolen such goods. Thought they were all first editions, as I it was crying. Nevertheless, I could not help the slight uneasy which comes to all who are eyed suspiciously by the police, and to all who are detected in my deliberate furtive act. However harmless, he acquitted me apparently, and with a step that making an effort I prevented from growing more rapid, I walked on until reached the embankment.